17 News at Noon begins with breaking news.
And good afternoon to you. I'm Alex Fisher. Bakersfield Police Chief Lyle Martin will be retiring at the end of the year. He posted a message on his Facebook page, the department's Facebook page, within the last hour. Take a listen.
Thank you to this community. You wrapped your arms around me. There was no way I could have done any of the things that I've done, and this organization could not have done any of the things that we've done without you. The Bakersfield Police Department is the community, and the community is the Bakersfield Police Department.
Chief Martin has been with the Bakersfield Police Department for 31 years. He was Assistant Police Chief for 8 and at the helm of the department for the last 3 years. He was the department's second black police chief. His selection was controversial after disgraced officers Damasio Diaz and Patrick Morrow were sentenced for numerous charges, including stealing drugs and putting them back on the street. Also, public pressure from local activists mounted just days after taking the job, after an unarmed 73-year-old man with dementia was shot by an officer. But Chief Martin vowed for change and transparency in the department and repairing relations between the department and the community. The chief will retire at the end of the year. His replacement has not been announced. We will continue to follow this story and bring you more tonight on 17 News at 5. This morning, 8 members of the Kern County Sheriff's Office were honored with promotions. The ceremony was held at the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Youngblood says these ceremonies are very special to see members move up the ranks, but he adds it's been bittersweet after the death of KCSO Commander Ian Chandler.
It's been a really, really long week and a tough week for us. This is kind of a bright spot. Some of our young people are taking over supervisory and management positions.
Here's a list of the 8 people promoted this morning. Congratulations to all of them, and of course, stay safe out there. The man suspected of shooting a young boy earlier this month is due in court today. The shooting was last week on Niles Street near Williams Elementary School. Police say the gunfire came from outside a home after an argument. Officials say Irvon Bryant intended to shoot the person he was fighting with several times, but missed. That's when a 9-year-old boy sitting inside his home was struck by a bullet. The boy was not badly hurt and taken to the hospital. Bryant faces charges of attempted murder, felony child abuse, and gang participation. He was in court this morning and on an unrelated case. He's back in court this afternoon on those new charges. In about an hour, dozens of local children will have new parents. It's part of Kern County's 17th annual Adoption Day. Right here in Bakersfield, about 45 adoptions are set for finalization in about an hour. One family is adopting a pair of siblings out of foster care today, and another is adopting 6 different children. There is always a demand for loving families to adopt children. In Kern County alone, nearly 2,000 children are in the foster care system. Some of those children are unable to return home to their biological families for several different reasons. So great to see there. Again, that's happening in about an hour. All right, let's take a look at your forecast with Kevin Schrett because we've got a beautiful weekend ahead before the storm is coming in. You're taking a look at LAX right now. This is a live look out of LAX where, because it is Friday, it's the beginning of the travel season and things are looking pretty good right now, but that could all change as we progress and get closer to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, a great weekend ahead, and again, a great commute this afternoon as we're seeing lots of sunshine around the state. But next week is the time where we're all going to be watching the forecast very, very carefully. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar, and not much to show you. We've got clear skies out there right now, and we are looking at a very nice day ahead. Around Kern County, you can see a temperature right now of 63 degrees, a light wind out of the west at 7 miles per hour. We will be looking in the mid-60s this afternoon under clear skies, and then clearing you out throughout the day as well. A little bit of a haze, 52 degrees by 9 p.m. Tehachapi holds at 50 right now, a light wind out of the southeast at 17, so a little bit of a breeze. And throughout the day, we'll be looking at the upper 40s by 3 o'clock and then back into the 30s by 9 tonight. Again, we are looking at another round of rain and possibly mountain snow headed our way for the holiday. I'll talk more in detail on that in just a few minutes. Alex?
All right, Kev, thanks so much. Meantime, a fiery rush hour crash in Southern California when a commuter train struck a motorhome. Take a look at the scene. The camper burst into flames after the collision. Aerial video shows major fire damage to the train and the motorhome. The train was headed to Los Angeles this morning when the crash happened. No one on the train got hurt. Passengers waited across the street for a bus to take them to another train station. We don't know yet if anyone was in the motorhome at the time. The train is now stuck on the tracks, blocking the intersection. Volunteers are still needed for the upcoming homeless count. During the point-in-time count, hundreds of volunteers will be sent all over Kern County to get an estimate on how many people live outside homeless shelters. The count is happening January 24th, starting at 3:30 in the morning. You can register on eventbrite.com. Just search point-in-time count or copy down this link on your screen. And you can find more information on the count at our own website. Just head to kgt.com. Well, are you looking to work at Alta Sierra Ski Resort? Well, this weekend might be your chance. Alta Sierra Ski Resort is holding a job fair tomorrow. That's from 9 a.m. until noon. And they're looking to hire people interested in a weekend job this winter. It's hard to believe they're already talking about winter, but after Wednesday's storm, it's just a good preview of what's to come. Well, still ahead, terrifying moments for passengers on board a flight from LAX. The engine catches fire, and it was all caught on camera. What went wrong? Still ahead. And rain, don't go away. These elephants are happy to play. More on this cute video coming up. Well, it was another sign of Christmas. Union Station in Los Angeles had their annual Christmas tree lighting and Coco concert last night. There were several performances and an appearance by Santa Claus. Looks pretty, though. And just a reminder, the lights on the Christmas tree in downtown Bakersfield will twinkle next Saturday. The tree lighting will happen at Centennial Plaza in front of Mechanics Bank Arena. The festivities begin at 4:30, and there will be food, a live nativity scene, and an appearance from Santa Claus. So that's something to look forward to. Well, Singing in the Rain takes on a new tone, thankful to the playful instruments at the San Diego Zoo. Take a listen. A little wet weather made for a muddy slip and slide in the elephant habitat, and boy, did this group make the most of it. Take a look at this. Isn't this cute? Kevin, I know you're laughing over there. So, of course, you can see they were splishing and splashing, rolling over and taking mud baths. And according to its website, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park is home to 9 African bush elephants, 3 adults and 6 calves of various ages. The newest calves, 1 male and 1 female, were born in 2018. Elephants can live into their 50s in the wild and in zoos. But they were having such a fun time. I mean, you're looking at just pure joy right here as they just take advantage of all of this.
I mean, it's natural for them.
Yeah,
Elephants
it is.
love
It
the
is
mud.
natural.
It's good for their skin, and so they don't have to work too hard to to coat the skin. And yeah, they were loving that weather. Well, guess what? More is on the way for the elephants at the zoo. 44 degrees overnight for us. So we were on track with our normal of 43. Normal high today, 63. Record on this date, 80, set back in 1945. And if you're going to be out and about tonight, sunset at 4:45. Take you out near Arvin, mid-60s right now in beautiful conditions. Wasco clear, 63 and sunny. Pine Mountain Club, still snow on the ground in mid-40s right now under mostly sunny conditions. And Golden Hills, sunny skies and 51. Here's a look at the regional view, and it's a very quiet start to the afternoon for all of the state. We do have a small surf advisory along the coastal areas, but the storm that brought us the rain is moving well off to the east. We have some ridging behind it. That will help with our temperatures a little today. 60 in Sacramento, 67 in Fresno, near 70 for both San Diego and Los Angeles. So here's what's happening. The system I talked about that brought us the rain a couple of days ago is east, weak ridge of high pressure offshore, and that is what we will be tracking as we head into next week. And that is picked up here on our jet stream model. You can see there's that little ridge, and then we've got the system out of the Gulf of Alaska that starts to arrive Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, lingering into Friday. And the one thing it has is also some colder air. So we're going to be watching snow levels carefully as it arrives. So here's a look at our futurecast model. Put it into motion, and you can see it drops out of the north. One thing about this storm, it is going to ride the coastal area for Tuesday night and then move inland as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. And you can see plenty of rain for Central California, Southern California, and you also see some snow into the Kern County area as well. So we're going to be watching for that. Now, the models are not doing a very good job on the rain amounts. This is our GFS model, or global forecast model. It brings in a lot of rain for the entire state right now. In fact, over 3/4 of an inch for Bakersfield, over an inch down to the south. That is typical on these model runs when a storm is still kind of organizing itself. We're going to pull back on these numbers big time. Let's talk about the snow potential. And you can see on the Futurecast model here, there is a snow possibility into the Kern County mountains. Looking at some of the data, snow level could drop to about 4,500 feet, 2 to 6 inches possibly out near the Fraser Park Pine Mountain Club area. And then over the 58 in Tehachapi, it looks like snow level for a brief time could drop down about 3,200 feet and 1 to 2 inches of snow is possible there. So next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is going to be a very interesting weather time. Here's a look at the headlines, though. Sunny skies into the weekend with the 60s remaining. Clouds will increase by Tuesday. It looks like maybe midday Wednesday right now that next storm will arrive for us. And how much rain? Right now I'm going to put between 1/4 and 1/2 inch for the valley and between 1/2 and 1 inch into the mountains. So here's a look at the air quality for you today. Going to be moderate. And then here's a look at our numbers. Bakersfield should be in the mid-60s, 65 along with Delano, 62 in Taft. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley, sunny skies, 52 in Fraser Park, 53 in Tehachapi, and then right near 60 into the Kern River Valley. For the desert today, sunny and 59 in Mojave. The weekend looking great with mid-60s, and then you can see that change next Wednesday and Thursday. The temperatures will cool back into the 50s. Also change for Wednesday, Thursday into the mountains. We'll be in the 40s, and then the Kern River Valley forecast great weekend, but change for you as well by the travel time of next week.
All right, thanks so much, Kev. Appreciate it. All right, well, now to a terrifying scene on a passenger plane in the skies above Los Angeles. Flames start shooting out of the engine just minutes after takeoff yesterday. Thankfully, Philippine Airlines Flight 113 landed safely back at LAX, but only after 30 minutes of uncertainty that left passengers shaken and scared. Here's NBC's Miguel Almaguer.
The terrifying moments caught on camera. Adam Taylor and his wife traveling with their young daughter Maui when flames started shooting out of their Boeing 777's right engine. Adam describing that moment.
When I saw the flames, I didn't really know what to think. I was kind of just like, is this like a car when it backfires or something? Or what's going on here?
Another passenger knew something was wrong right after takeoff.
It sounded like misfire almost, and then at the same time that the noise was happening, the plane would shake.
She says the crew initially didn't react until passengers got their attention.
They all got up and tried to look out the window, and then they saw it. They would go back, try and talk to the pilot, hopefully, I think that's what they were doing, and then go and try and look at it again to see maybe if it was gone. He didn't say anything through like the intercom, so we were all kind of just, everyone was kind of panicking.
The flaring engine visible from the ground.
There's a heavy 777. They're an emergency with an engine out.
According to FlightAware, Philippine Airlines Flight 113 took off from LAX at 11:38 a.m. Pacific Time Thursday. Shortly after, an airport spokesperson says the pilot declared an emergency, pointing to a possible mechanical issue. The plane returned to LAX just after noon, met by first responders on the tarmac. Passengers got off the plane safely and were bused back to the terminal, many of them spending hours on a ticketing line trying to find another way onto another flight. Despite the rough start, little Maui and her family are ready to restart their adventure.
Were you very brave? And were you a good girl? Yeah.
All right, Miguel Almaguer reporting. We're back after this.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. Tesla reveals the long-promised all-electric pickup truck, but it's receiving mixed reviews. Here's NBC's Tom Costello.
So I present to you the Cybertruck.
Overnight, a flashy rollout. Elon Musk introducing his highly anticipated all-electric pickup. But the futuristic-looking Cybertruck falling flat with some. Criticism online quickly shifting into high gear. One user tweeting, "The Cybertruck is the worst-looking vehicle I've ever seen, ever. And I will not drive a Triangle even if it's all-electric." While touting the truck's toughness, the unveiling took an unexpected turn.
Oh, my God.
Well, during a demo of its supposedly shatterproof windows, an epic fail, not once, but twice.
Try that one, really? Okay. Sure.
The botched announcement is just the latest in a series of potholes for Tesla.
It's okay.
Last month, the rollout of the company's Smart Summon feature, which allows users to summon their driverless cars from a short distance, ran into a few problems. Tesla says that's because people were not following the recommended guidelines.
Oh my God.
And last year, after a number of deadly crashes, the NTSB launched an investigation into potential safety issues with the Tesla Autopilot software. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration also taking a close look at potential battery issues that could be to blame for non-crash-related fires in some Teslas. In both cases, Tesla has promised to work with authorities to investigate. Still, Musk promises the Cybertruck will not only be powerful, it will also have a range of up to 500 miles on a single charge. And with a competitive $39,000 starting price tag, Tesla is aiming at loyal pickup truck owners looking to go electric.
It's going to have to make sure the Cybertruck is so different, so revolutionary, that the person who is driving an F-Series or a Chevy Silverado will say, maybe I'll give this a shot.
So, after 6 years of development, Tesla's truck may face an uphill battle to break through.
Room for improvement.
All right, we're back after this. Welcome back. A story of how one family's tragedy turned into another one's blessing. After a local family's son was killed as a result of gang violence last year, his parents decided to help men caught on destructive paths by opening a men's home, all in honor of their son. Here's 17's Vanessa Dillon.
July 11th last year, my son was murdered.
It's a phone call no parent can even fathom receiving. After Jessica and Tommy Romero were told their son Tommy Jr. was shot 8 times and killed in Las Vegas, the couple was immobilized by the news. They sat in solitude for 3 days, unable to see people, mourning and praying.
You don't have an hour. There is no time left. You pray for him. You pray for his family. And it was tough. By the 3rd day, I was praying for the individual and his family. The individual that killed my son was also killed.
Instead of retaliation, the Romeros decided to help men struggling with issues such as gang violence, addiction, and homelessness, all with the hope their kindness might prevent another family's loss.
I think of my boy a lot. I see the man and I'm like, okay, God, I understand. And like my wife said, his name won't be in vain. His name is going to carry on. Even after I go, this will continue moving on.
Through faith and a vision to heal the broken, the couple opened their nonprofit and men's home, Tommy's Legacy, on November 1st of last year.
I used what happened as my strength. As we were driving up there, we're like, what can we do? What can we do so that no other parent has to go through what we're going through? A parent shouldn't bury their children. And that's when God said go. That's when he said it's time. Open up your men's home, impact as many lives as you can. And that's what we strive to do every day. Every day we just want to help.
While some men come and go, others have seen it all the way through the couple's year-long program. Through their journey toward recovery, whether it be battling addiction or moving in straight out of prison, the couple says their stories serve as reminders as to why they choose strength over suffering every day.
We lost a son, but God has given us many. Over this last year, he's given us many sons, and we're so proud that 3 of them have stuck with the program and changed their lives, and now will be graduating, and so we're so grateful.
The couple says they believe tragedy is often unexplainable, and even though most of their friends and family didn't understand their sacrifice, something in them always told them the men's home was all for a greater good.
The gentleman asked me, what's wrong? And I was like, today's my son's birthday. And I said, today is his birthday. And he said, if your son wouldn't have passed away, would you open this home? And I said, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to help men, but I don't know to what extent. And I said, I don't know if I would open this home or if I would open it this soon. And he said, just know, if you want to open this home, I would probably be dead right now.
Through their faith in a higher power, Tommy and Jessica Romero have found peace in helping others. And even though the sting of their loss will always feel fresh, they say they're right where their son would tell them to be if he were still here today.
I know that he's looking down and that he's so proud. I know in those last moments that he was laying there that he cried out to God. And so I know that I'm going to see him again. I know that we'll be reunited in heaven. But I know he's so proud of the change that his dad has made in his life and all the impact that we make on these guys. And I think he would say, go. I think those would be his words. Dad, go. Go.
That was Vanessa Dillon reporting. The couple is hosting a banquet later today, hoping to raise money for the nonprofit. They'll also be holding a graduation ceremony for the 3 men that successfully completed the program. And for more information on Tommy's legacy, just head to our website, kget.com. When we come back, we'll introduce you to our pet of the week. It's after this. All right, welcome back, and it is Friday, and if you're looking for a Christmas present, maybe an early Christmas present, Chuck Nordstrom with the SPCA may have an option for you. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
This is Buttons, right?
This is Buttons, and she's been with us at the SPCA for almost 5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And she's about 9 weeks old now, available for adoption tomorrow morning when we open. No siblings, she came in by herself. Someone found her kind of stuck between a wall and a building. So she's been the love and joy of everyone at the SPCA, and now she needs that new forever home.
And I have to ask you, does the bell come with the adoption?
We can make that work.
Well, okay, so this is Buttons, and she's awfully cute, and she's listening to every word I say. So if you're looking for maybe a pet who wants to just, you want to have listen to you, Buttons may be it, because she's really just listening to every single word I say. And she's ready to be adopted, right? You said starting
ready
tomorrow?
to be adopted tomorrow morning at 9:30, and then she'll be spayed next week and go home.
Okay, great. So just in time for the holidays. Just in time for Thanksgiving, really.
Absolutely.
So again, if you would like to adopt Buttons or one of her friends at the Bakersfield SPCA, call the number on your screen, 323-8353. There's so many cats and dogs that are looking for a home. And if you are looking to, maybe surprise a kid with or someone with an animal, think about adopting. There's so many pets that are looking for homes. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend, everyone.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.